Now, I had played Kevin on, and let's see, I believe I played him earlier last week.
Okay.
And he was trying Chronos Protocol.
Yeah.
That is not what he brought today?
It is not. He is playing NEH, and I believe it's very similar to Randall's deck. I think it's just straight fast advance.
Okay.
Usually he is playing a lot of meat damage. I played him, and when I beat him, I did not see any meat damage cards in his deck. But I don't know that I made it deep enough in the deck to see all the influence,
right,
so
right.
not 100% certain.
All right, so we got our corp draw, and
so we're shipping that back.
Oh, mulligan.
We're not liking that hand.
No.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You get the right opening hand with NEH. It's not to say that there's an inevitability, but if you get enough to protect yourself early turns, and you can just start jamming out assets, you get the sweeps week. You're off to such a good start.
One of the things that I've noticed is just how small those windows are.
Yeah.
For you're like, oh, I take a look at the top card. I know that if he draws that, then I'm okay. But then he draws that next card when he installs the asset. So you miss. There's a lot of cards that you just inherently miss because of NEH's ability.
Yeah. Now here's the biggest thing I think we need to look for in this matchup. Randall is the tie. I've played Randall. Randall's one of the people who.
Are you going to talk about the hanging agenda where he just installs it?
Yeah, he installs naked agendas. Now, I know Kevin, he needs to focus on his setup or tends to focus on setup. Is he going to try and check all the remotes that Randall inevitably is going to be putting out? Because I have to imagine that Randall, he looked across, he knows what this ID does.
Right.
So, turn one.
Right. And that makes it, and that also makes it, yes, it's fast advance, but it also makes it that kind of that rush archetype, which is you're not set up, so.
If I had to guess, I'm guessing pulls a Beal off the top of R&D, but I'm guessing if that's Astro behind something like a wraparound,
he's fine.
I've got to imagine that Randall is more than happy to make that trade. So I didn't see what he saw off R&D. Maybe a Sansan?
Yeah, it was not a Sansan. It was the double.
Yep. Okay.
What do you call it?
I did not see it. But, yeah, it looks like – all right. So, yeah, Randall doing the right play, knowing that getting that first Astro scored, that is the game.
Yeah.
And Kevin clearly installed Proco, just gave him the agenda. I mean, that's a tough choice you got to make because you have R&D open now. There's a lot of multi-access from Shapers. So I think it's, Kevin's kind of picked his poison of let's see if he can pull the next Astro off R&D.
When you had a chance to play Kevin, was he looking at multi-access?
He was. He's got, I think, all the full complement of R&D interfaces. I don't think he runs Maker's Eye, but, yeah, he will be looking to install. And, again, when he gets set up, it doesn't cost him anything to check.
Right. And this comes down to the speed, how fast, or is he going to, is he even going to concentrate on setting up as fully as he should? Now, he probably played NEH several times today, and he had to deal with it. So,
did he check R&D on this turn? Because that's one where I'm like, you've got to check R&D against this because if they draw that next Astro, you can't just give him the next card. I feel like it's one of those, especially now, with the minute Randall draws into Ice, it's going on R&D clearly.
Absolutely.
So you got to take free looks while you can.
He's kind of thinking about it. He wants to install, but he wants to look. This is the NEH conundrum.
In our game, Kevin pro-code for most of his deck because he could not find a self-modifying code to save his life. So, it's better to have to draw cards while you're gaining money if you're going to have to dig for something. But still, certainly you don't have a lot of time against NEH.
No.
Okay, so check sees the sweeps week. Randall is probably going to be pretty happy to see that. So let's see what we can – all right, shipping to Sansan.
Shipping from Sansan, yeah.
So this is great because Randall can now – he knows Randall can operate on 0 money and score the next Astro. Now, I will tell you, Kevin is playing Clot in his deck.
Right.
So we do have to be cognizant. I'm sure Randall is thinking about that. But
granted, he doesn't have access to it at this particular time, so we don't know.
And this is the hard part, right? When you're not – oh, wow.
No, wow.
Just gets the second one. That's big. Has 2 Astro tokens. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do against that.
So then you score out your NAPD for
you
free.
Can score it from hand.
And then
I know he's playing Breaking News.
Go get your Breaking News.
Yeah.
And then that.
I think at this point, I mean, Kevin's at 2 points. You're always a pull off of R&D away. So I think whatever he can do to maybe see 2 cards a turn, if he has an R&D interface, I mean, I would go broke to put an R&D interface out at this point because that you've got to assume Randall doesn't have it in his hand at this point.
No.
You've got to get R&D lock. Yeah, and this is the hard part is that NEH can dig out of R&D lock so well.
Another? No.
I did not see what that card was.
That was the shipment from Sansan.
Okay. I mean, NEH, when they have that free draw off a remote install, they dig out of R&D locks so well.
Right.
I mean, they just play the deck, and they are digging out of the fresh cards. So he really needs to go 2 cards at a time. All right. Silencer clone chip.
Okay.
This is the hard part is, Randall may not install another piece of ice in this game, to be honest. I think he is installing, I think that was a breaking news, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Yep. So we've got remote out there.
Let's see. What's so we kind of think about where is right, so it's on Kevin?
Yeah, I don't think Randall's going to ice HQ at all for the rest of the game because Kevin knows if he draws it, it's going out of his hand and Randall's going to score as fast as possible.
If he has a breaking news.
Yep.
There's an NAPD already in his hand, I believe. There it is.
Yep, we see it.
So
that's a tough one. You've only got 2 breaking news in the deck. Do you want to take the chance that Kevin pulls that? Kevin's going to be thinking really hard,
but Kevin's also looked like he's kind of gone into setup mode.
Yeah.
Which I just don't necessarily agree with.
I think you got to just face check R&D.
And that's the other thing, though, is I believe he installed a toll booth. So I don't know if he's going to want to spend that much money.
Yeah, I mean, Clot with a clone chip, I think that is clearly his best shot. Now, the problem is you've got shipment from Sansan and the Astro tokens, and it's just there's so much that that Randall has at this point.
Right. And is Clot in the heap?
Yes. He just discarded that now.
Okay.
So install, advance. Gives him a window if he wants to use Clot. Kevin's thinking about it. Let's see what he does.
The CBS
All right,
play?
so we're going to clone chip it out. Clot is in play.
Okay.
But here's the thing, is Randall knows. We haven't seen what that face down ice is, but he sees no SMC, no breakers, now no clone chip on the table. I'm sure that's a gamble he's willing to take to say, all right, I still see no way to get into this remote. If you want it, come get it.
He's got to go take
yeah, you got to face check at this point. I don't see any. I didn't see what it is, but I don't see. We saw an R&D interface. Honestly, I'm kind of at the point where you install that and face check, or try to run the remote.
Yeah, here's the run. I'm gonna guess wraparound.
Yeah.
Enigma.
Yep. And see, that's the beauty of NEH is that it doesn't take much as long as you're playing fast enough.
I love Enigma. Core set card.
Yeah.
Doing work.
Core set card. Still good. Kevin looking, seeing if he has options in hand to be able to get back there. Let's see what he's got.
He's kind of in. These turn into these situations where you just get stuck. You're like, there's so many things that I need to do right now, and I don't have the opportunity to do them. And
that is the beauty of NBN, but NEH specifically, is that Kevin's deck operates at a certain speed. Yes, you can get lucky off an R&D pull, but this is a faster game than he's ready to play. And so he's got the R&D, but not looking and face checking to see some cards. For all we know, Randall could have drawn the last Astro.
Correct.
And you just got to make him spend money. So, yep, shipment of Sansan. Yep.
Wow.
And so now we know Randall has that NAPD in hand. If he makes it another turn, we don't see an active. We see Clot, but at the same point in time, I'm not sure if Randall's going to play around that, but we still have another turn going by where Kevin hasn't shown any cards that he's able to break this Enigma.
Right. So you have to dig for it, right? I don't think there's an admin in hand.
Yeah, I think that I would face check R&D all day at this point. I don't think there's a way that you don't look at R&D. You've seen a lot of agendas come out of hand. And again, this is very early game. You can't imagine that Randall is holding more in hand if I'm sitting in Kevin's seat right now.
Okay, we got news that Gordy beat Hollis.
Oh, wow, first today.
Wow.
First today, very impressive. Well, that'll keep the stakes this even higher. So, okay, great. R&D run. We saw one. We need to see another one with R&D interface. All right, we've seen a second one. Nothing.
And.
But if I'm there, you can't. Obviously, you don't feel good with 2 scored Astros on the board. But when you've got the R&D interface, you didn't see a res on that on the R&D ice. You've got to feel good as Kevin of, well, it's either too expensive for him to res, or he just doesn't feel that it's relevant.
Right.
You still Kevin at least has his best chance to win this game and come back online.
Right. So Kevin is making a decision here. He's kind of thumbing the money.
And this is exactly what you said earlier, Anthony, of do you Proco up and try to find an answer for that enigma? And Randall's playing this well of just install something. Doesn't matter what it is. Just make him think that the winning agenda is already there.
2.
Wow. All right, so Ottman at 2 and installs the cloak, which will provide the money to be able to run their last click. All right, has the breaking news.
Whew.
So, okay, if you're in this situation now, you've got Claude on the board. Do you take a turn off to just wipe virus counters and get it off the board?
Absolutely.
I think that's right. I mean, I know Randall is playing a Cyberdex virus sweep, but I think at this point you just take the turn, make him draw the next clone chip and install it, because if not, you have it in hand.
Right. The win is in his hand.
So Randall thinking about Beth. Oh, wow. So, okay, so he's going to install some ice. Or he's thinking about it. Yeah. If I'm in Randall's shoes, I'm just wiping virus counters, because I think that Kevin is going to be in setup mode. We know that the top card.
There we go.
Yep, I think that's a great play, because we already know that the top card is safe because Kevin looked at them both. So I'm happy to take a chance that he's not going to see 2 cards off R&D.
And I believe that Randall is just kind of like asking his
tap the deck.
Just please
knock
hold
the deck.
All right.
I
if
don't
you run
disagree.
And look at 2 cards, if he scores an agenda, he gets to see a new card.
But that's the beauty.
All right, so he's drawing.
All right, so we are running R&D, or at least checking R&D.
If he installs a clone chip, Randall has problems.
Yeah, I think that is, honestly, if you could just Proco and get a clone chip going.
Okay.
Wow, well, this is a possibility. Does he pull it? Let's have a look. Nope.
Oh. And
yes. Oh. Wow. Can he pay to steal it, though? Does not. Has 3 credits. Wow.
And looks like we're on click 4.
That is unfortunate. You make the right play. You install the right card.
Right.
But NAPD, still good. Still good.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, looking at his options, I can't see from his trackers which click this is, but
he's on click 4.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean, it's if he has 4 credits, if he has 2 credits, the game is over.
Clearly, yep.
Yep, there it is.
Great game. Shows you the power of NEH, the speed. I think Randall, once he got in that late game where R&D could have held. But yeah, I was noticing as well the comment on there could be an over-advanced feel. I think that's something that I miss so often too. It's one is you don't think about it, but it could have happened once you get the second one.
Right.
A lot of times people just look at Beal as a blank 3-2 agenda.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I think that's some of the power. I think that is next to Astro. I think it's clearly their best agenda, because it is. It could just fill that gap of if a runner's not running, keep advancing it, and if they haven't shown that they can deal with it, you can get 3 and 4 point Beals all day, and it makes it a heck of a lot easier to win out. So great game from Randall and Kevin.
All right.